Hi, you're watching Hindustan Times. I'm Aditi Prasad, and the die is cast for the first two big state elections ahead of 2024, Gujarat and Himachal. Now, I say the first two big elections because between now and then, there are Karnataka, Telangana, Chhattisgarh, MP, Rajasthan that will vote, and that will really set the tone and tenor for the 2024 general elections. But of course, that whole kick is starting with Gujarat and Himachal today. And while it's only on December 8th that we will know which way the sun is shining in Gujarat and Himachal, at least for the political parties, the exit poll data will start trickling in shortly in maybe another 20 minutes. That will give us an inkling at what is in store for the Netas this election season. And we have a stellar lineup to start decoding this data. But before the data trickles in, let me introduce my guest today. I have Sharat Trivedi from the BJP. I have Prashant Pratap Singh from the Congress. I have Deepal Trivedi, founder of Editor Wives of India, a Gujarat-based journalist. We'll talk to Deepal a lot and try and understand what's happening on the ground in Gujarat. Dhananjay Joshi, psychologist, works with the Sea Water. Dr. Sanjeev Singh, professor, School of Modern Media, and Dr. Syed Abbas, a political analyst. And we're going to speak to everyone and try and make sense of what's happening in Gujarat before the exit poll data comes in. I just want to start with you, Deepal, and I want to start by understanding, before the exit poll data comes in, uh, voter turnout has been slightly lesser this time in Gujarat. We were talking before the show started, and you said it's going to be about 4% lesser than last time. That's the indication that we're getting, at least till the EC gives its final data for the voter turnout. But is there lack of enthusiasm? What's happening? Why aren't the voters coming out in full numbers?
You're absolutely right, Aditi, that the voter turnout this time, these election has been relatively lower than 2017. But we are still waiting for the final figures, and it seems that the difference would be less than 5% compared to 2017. The reason for the lower turnout, as far as we understand, is that the turnout has been much lower in urban areas, and it could be
Hmm.
because probably the BJP was confident, which eventually their confidence turned into overconfidence. In 2019, the BJP bagged 26 out of 26 Lok Sabha seats, and soon after that, there were claims made that this means that we will be bagging all 182 assembly seats in Gujarat. So, and their tagline was Bharosa Nahi Sarkar, that this is the government we trust, and people as such, took it lightly, and they took it as a matter of fact that the BJP is returning
Hmm.
back to power. So, a vote here or there, not voting
Hmm.
would not make a difference.
Interesting, very interesting, Deepal. Confidence or an overconfidence from the BJP that ye to done and dusted hai, and urban areas mein voting has been lesser. Let me come to Sharat Trivedi ji from the BJP. Sharat ji, what's happening? I mean, is there a sense of overconfidence? Urban areas, you know that even one vote makes a difference in the long run. And this time it's not a traditional two-cornered contest. In last assembly election, you did lose ground to the Congress. And this time there is also the Aam Aadmi Party, and there is the AIMIM also. So, what's the sense you're getting? Is too much overconfidence in within your party?
Well, I think as far as we are concerned, the more the merrier, the more they fight because we have got our fixed voters. Our voters don't budge 1 inch. It's a cadre-based party, and the people who support us are absolutely, dedicated bunch of people who are doing it. So I don't think that is going to make any difference to them. But the low voter turnout seems that even the people look like, I am just hazarding a guess that people also look like they have got confidence of what the result would be. And like, if I am a voter, I would say that what difference does it make if I don't go to vote? I know who's going to win, and as long as the party I want to win, if it is winning, it doesn't matter that if I go and vote or not. I think that seems to be the case because people are pretty convinced about it, and I think all the psychologists are also convinced what would be the result. So probably that is what makes the people just take things easy on the voting day.
Okay, that's Narendra Modi there on your screens. Visuals of him going to cast his vote today, and that is really, gives you a sense. When he went to cast his vote today, he was, all fired up, and there were Modi chants, and the Congress even accusing. The BJP and Prime Minister Modi of actually doing a road show, it wasn't really a road show, but there was a lot of hullabaloo around his voting, and he went to Gujarat to vote, and then in his constituency, and then he of course came back to Delhi. But tell us, let me just bring in our guest from the Congress, Prashant Pratap Singh ji. Prashant ji, what, matlab, too much confidence from the BJP? How are you witnessing this? Still the numbers flow in. Just tell us a sense of where the Congress is. What's the sense that the Congress has got about the scene on the ground?
Firstly, hello to everyone. And the low voter turnout is possibly going to be. It's currently they say it's 10%, but eventually, what we are getting is going to be 5% or so. Last time there was a drop of 3% in 2017. Not to forget that, and that's when Congress increased its seats and BJP dropped to two figures. So the
Hmm.
perception that low voter turnout is not bad for BJP. It is going to be very bad for BJP, and especially a 5% drop is going to be very, very bad for the BJP. And the reason why there's a
Okay.
sudden voters drop after 14 is because Prime Minister Modi has been promising a lot of things. He's been promising that for the first three terms as a CM, he promised a lot of things. He said that the central government is not letting me execute these schemes. But in 2017, it is the first time when things were still not working. There was demonetization, there was GST, and who was sitting at the center? It was Prime Minister himself. It's the same thing this time in 2022. He's sitting at the center. The fuel prices are so high. The gas prices are so high. There's high rate of unemployment. There's a problem with drug mafia, with 20,000 crore being found in a Dani port worth of drugs being found. So these kind of issues, and not to forget Morbi. So the voters, as the fellow panelist said from BJP, it's a cadre-based party, but the voters are not from the cadre. They are very disappointed with how BJP has been performing. There's a huge amount of anti-incumbency, and because of that, the vote share is slowly dropping. The reflection of that vote share is showing more and more as the number of years of BJP in the center are increasing, and you will see the results when you talk about the phase one. We did our own survey, and we are smiling. We are doing really well in North Gujarat and Saurashtra, and this time in the urban vote share has dropped even more. Who was the voter of in urban seat? Who's the voter? That is BJP's traditional voter. They haven't come out. It's possibly they are not able to motivate them. And coming back to Modi ji had to finally resort to doing a roadshow. It was not a roadshow. It was a roadshow because Prime Minister could have got down inside the booth. Why did he have to walk for 2.5 hours and wave at everyone? It is a clear violation of Model Code of Conduct. And the election commission, who is supposed to be the one policing that, is completely sitting like a mute duck. They are not even objectifying.
Election commission sitting like a mute duck. Prime Minister Modi could have just got down at the booth and voted, but he chose to walk for a certain distance, and that is an issue that the Congress has made an issue with. But let me just bring in Trivedi ji, and really ask you, because I think this question perhaps you can answer, because this whole hullabaloo about this becoming a roadshow and a violation of the Model Code of Conduct is probably going to take some time to resolve.
Aditi, I don't think I'm a lawyer personally, and I don't feel that there is any law prohibiting anybody from walking up to the voting booth. So if he's doing it and waving at people on the way, it doesn't mean that he's demanding votes, or there are no slogan shouting, there is no banners or hoardings or anything like that. If somebody who chooses to walk to the polling booth, that's okay. There's no law.
Okay, and sorry, my mic was muted. No problem there. I hear you. But let's talk about the 27 years in power. BJP has been in power for 27 years, and the Congress's allegation is that, they are scared this time because there's this anti-incumbency thing. The anti-incumbency factor has always been touted in the Indian context, especially when elections come around. चार बार तो anti incumbency defeat कर दिया. Now what's this time around? Do you feel any fear of anti incumbency this time? Because the data is still to come in, but from what opinion polls say that the BJP is poised to take the state. That is the opinion poll pre-voting. Now let's talk about the data for post-voting. The exit polls is going to come out in a short while, in the next few minutes, actually 7 minutes. But till then, can you just give us a sense of how, because आपने तो सब लोगों को मैदान पे उतार दिया ना. There is the BJP, there is the prime minister, there's Amit Shah. It's a very high blitz, huge campaign. So clearly there is a sense that you have to build that perception that all is well. Is that correct?
This question to me.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
It's about the BJP's big poll blitz.
We are always in election mode. That's a very universal truth. Everybody knows it. And the second thing is that when you go to war, you go with all guns blazing. You don't just hold your cards back. We just remove the
Right.
handbrake and just move the full steam ahead. That's always been the case. Whether it is Himachal, whether it is Delhi, whether it is Uttar Pradesh, even the smallest election in Uttar Pradesh, those 4 seats that we are fighting in Uttar Pradesh, even there, the all the top brass landed up there. So, and this being a major state, we have been in power there for almost a quarter of a century, and we would like to continue to it to be that way. And the kind of work that BJP has done, we need to present it to the people. It's already known. So we just want the high visibility, and Modi ji himself, he's a one-man army who also has got an army. So we work virtually around the clock. It is not like we don't have an off season. There's no like election season, no election
So
season.
I'm very tempted. I'm very tempted to ask you this question, and excuse me for that. I'm interrupting you. पर ये जो आपने कहा वन मैन आर्मी, ये कब तक मोदी वन मैन आर्मी बना रहेगा बीजेपी के लिए? Whether it's state elections or even MCD elections here in Delhi, or national elections, it's Prime Minister Modi who's the main mascot. What about other leaders within the party?
So all the leaders in Gujarat are already in the
But your
field.
main attraction remains
Leaders are there.
Mr. Prime Minister Narendra
The
Modi.
central leaders are there, but because Honorable Prime Minister is the most visible face of India all over the world, and if he is giving us votes, he's got that kind of persona that everybody looks up to him. I don't think that any leader in the world who can claim that he just made a public statement that people should give up their gas subsidy, and 5 crore people gave it up. This is unbelievable.
Hmm.
The kind of faith people have in him. The
No,
kind of
there is no denying that he is one of the most popular prime ministers India has ever had and continues to remain popular. My question to you was, till when are you going to rely on the popularity of one PM Modi who has to really go and campaign everywhere for the
he's,
BJP?
he's the leader of the family, so he has to lead from the front. Not that the other leaders, every central leader and state leader is there on the ground. Every one of them is hitting the ground. The national president is there.
Okay.
The state president is there. The some cabinet ministers are there. Every this railway minister, finance minister, education minister, everybody is there. It's a whole. That's what I said. That he's a one-man army who has also got an army. That's the kind of
Okay, one man army who's also got another army himself. But let me before the numbers trickle in, I just want to go to Dr. Syed Asad Abbas, who's a political analyst. And Syed ji, please tell me, this time normally Gujarat and Himachal actually both, but specifically talking about Gujarat has to be used to be a two-cornered contest. There was the Congress and the BJP. It's a different matter that the BJP has been in power for the last 27 years, but it's always been the Congress which has been the main opposition. But this time, with the entry of the Aam Aadmi Party, and Kejriwal also came in with the same kind of huge campaign blitz that he is famous for in Gujarat, that he did in, let's say, a Punjab, or normally has been doing in Delhi. That promise of his, how many voters do you think? Because it is going to cut into some vote bank. Which vote bank do you think the Aam Aadmi Party is going to cut into?
Aditi, firstly, thank you very much for having me on the show. I've always believed with great power comes great responsibility and even bigger accountability. With the advent of Aam Aadmi Party, the youngest political disruptor in the Indian political system, this is certainly like setting the cat among the pigeons. The fact of the matter, let me tell you, I don't think so Aam Aadmi Party will break into any such vote bank, but have its own vote bank which will come through. It could be, looking at it from a different prism, would be a certain voters of BJP who have been let down by Modi ji, Bhupendra Bhai Patel, and so on and so forth, and even the Congress party. Here we need to understand, I think George Orwell has basically summarized with his quote, all animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than the others. I've heard the BJP spokesperson bringing through, why is only Modi become a one-man army? I do understand. But the Bharatiya Janata Party believes Sam, Dam, Dand, Bhed when it comes to winning elections. But the fact of the matter, with the advent of the Aam Aadmi Party, Congress being letting behind after coming to a close 77 in the 2017 election, this will definitely be a spring into the principal opposition party. Also, if I have to bring to your notice, the rallies of Arvind Kejriwal, with the advent of many other ministers, the chief minister coming through, many of the Aam Aadmi Party leaders coming through, this is definitely a big surprise in the ballot of Gujarat, never seen before, which will come through. Well, many say close second or close third and so on and so forth. But let me tell you, in the next 5 minutes, I think जैसे कहते हैं दूध का दूध और पानी का पानी. Not just that, even the Delhi MCD, we are seeing what is happening with that. The BJP is falling flat on its face when it comes to Delhi MCD. Aam Aadmi Party coming in very strongly. And also, CBI, ED, IT, police, nobody could do and deal with it because ये public है, ये सब जानती है. Like they say, it's not just दिल वालों की दिल्ली, but दिमाग वालों की दिल्ली too. And the same will translate in the state of Gujarat. What happened in Delhi, Punjab, and now Gujarat. And Gujarat is something very interesting, especially the results which are going to come through. This will shock the living daylights of the might and right of the Bharatiya Janata Party. This is something I'm equally excited to look out for because today, the people of Gujarat want jobs. The people of Gujarat want the right safety for the women. The people of Gujarat, Bilkis Banu is going to be an issue. For the people of Gujarat, Morbi Bridge is going to be an issue. So many issues on the line. सिर्फ जुमलेबाजी तोतलेबाजी नहीं चलेगी. कब तक मोदी जी का शूशा चलेगा? We are done with all the rhetorics. We want people who win elections but come into power, come into lobby to do well for the people, not just win elections back to back. But if you're not able to bring in the equal amount of development, bring in equal amount of promises, manifesto is good. We need a report card along with the manifesto. What has been done? 2017 promises, 2022, 5 years. Are the promises set accurate? No. Therefore, the people of Gujarat are definitely going to spring a surprise, something which I'm going to look out there. And with Modi ji, undoubtedly, he's a leader to look out for, a global face for India. But let me tell you, here in Karnataka state, we call Mannina Maga, son of the soil for Deve Gowda. But we know what happened to him. Nothing is permanent in politics. Change is the only constant. And even for a Modi ji, a change is definitely coming through. Because Bharatiya Janata Party.
You know what? Okay, so what I want to ask you is what kind of change are you expecting? Because in terms of numbers, how big a dent do you think Aam Aadmi Party, if at all, is going to make? And I will give you, Trivedi ji, I'll give you a chance to respond to
Yes,
what he
quickly.
said. Sharad ji, I'll give you a chance to respond. But first, let me ask you this. What kind of numbers are you expecting the Aam Aadmi Party to deliver? And they have been called the B team of the BJP because by the Congress, because unka vote bank udhar ja raha hai.
Yes, Aditi, it's a
apparently
brilliant question,
that's what they
definitely.
believe to be happening. The
Absolutely.
minority vote bank too. There is AIMIM. Kahan, where, what kind
जी
of numbers do you see Mr. Kejriwal's
जी
party getting?
जबरदस्त सवाल है अदिति जी. एज अ मैटर ऑफ फैक्ट, बी टीम ऑफ बीजेपी, मैं पूछना चाहता हूँ ऑल दोस पीपल हु आर कॉलिंग अस बी टीम ऑफ बीजेपी, कैसे कैसे होगा बी टीम? सत्येंद्र जैन is lying in the jail for several months. Videos of his are released out. Several love letters coming from Lieutenant Governor Saxena Sahab. Manish Sisodia ji has been raided. Who is not raided in the Aam Aadmi Party and still a B team? I really question those who are some B team.
Yes, a B
Aam
team.
Aadmi Party is the only team which is being attacked by BJP left, right, center. The fact of the matter, the question is how many votes, how many tickets, what percentage? I would say this is definitely going to out to be something, I would say, a big surprise, indeed a shocking surprise for BJP, because Aam Aadmi Party with Gujarat escalation will be the principal opposition for the BJP to look up to. And with the Congress, I think it's a certain distant dream of Bharatiya Janata Party of a Congress Mukt Bharat coming through.
Prashantji, you want to come in there and respond to that? The principal opposition party, AAP, is going to become definitely. So they're not looking at forming the government there, but they're definitely looking at making a dent there. You want to respond to that?
Yes, let me come back to the first. I love the team A and the team B. The team A and B is exactly speaking the same language. They're all boasting about how our ministers are there, all our chief ministers are there, all our Prime Minister Modi is there. Bhai, you have to do. You are a minister. You're not just a member of the party. You're supposed to get rid of the problem. Delhi is suffering in pollution. There's bad traffic in BJP. People are unemployment is at its highest. You talk about the gas prices. They were talking about gas prices. People gave up. 5 crore people believed BJP, gave up, and from where? From 400, it went to 1,000 rupees plus. So coming back to the team A and team B, they will talk in the same language. And why do I call Aam Aadmi Party the team B? I will tell you in detail. In 2011, 2012, when the Anna Andolan and the India Against Corruption movement started, the three more pillars which are not there with Arvind Kejriwal, because we hear stories, we meet a lot of people who have worked with Aam Aadmi Party coming to us. These young kids got delusioned and they come to us that even Arvind Kejriwal is a bigger autocrat than Modi ji. And I asked why. They give me a list which I would not get into. So Aam Aadmi Party was propped up by RSS. Prashant Bhushan has gone on record and spoken about it. There have been Yogendra Yadav. There has been Kumar Vishwas.
Let
They all have to leave.
not talk
So
history. Let's
one
not
last
talk
point.
history. Let's
One
not
last
talk
point I
history.
just
Let's
want to
talk
make.
now. Let's talk Gujarat.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The team A, in Modi ji's word, A plus B square is equal to A square plus B square plus extra 2AB. That 2AB they have been eating, both team A and team B. And in
Aditi ji,
Gujarat,
10-second
there was
rebuttal, please.
Sunil Rajguru who came out from Aam Aadmi Party. You know the first thing what he said when he came out? That I asked the leadership, where are the tickets and can we decide on the tickets? They said the tickets are coming from Kamalam, which is the state headquarters. It is there on record. And mind it, nobody from BJP or Aam Aadmi Party came out and condemned it because it was so obvious. And you talk about
Okay.
the points which are coming.
Okay,
The
let Syed
10-second
respond to that. After that, I want to go to Dhananjay Joshi, and I really want to understand from him what's happening around here and what are the numbers saying, because you're talking,
A 10-second rebuttal, Aditi.
politics, but we're not really talking the numbers, and the numbers of the exit polls are still to come. And
A quick
but we
rebuttal.
are going to get a sneak peek with Dhananjay. But yes, Syed Abbas, please carry on.
A quick rebuttal to my dear friend who I've been debating on several news channels. Nevertheless, I love the might of Congress party, but I think it's going in the wrong direction. I think, to add to this small little drama, Mirza Ghalib has beautifully summarized what is going on with Aam Aadmi Party. Elections are happening in Gujarat, and my dear Rahul Gandhi ji is doing a Padyatra in Kerala, elections in Himachal, Padyatra in Maharashtra. उम्र भर खालिद यही भूल करता रहा, धूल चेहरे पे थी, आईना साफ करता रहा. The fact Gujarat Congress came so close to beating the BJP, and you just let go of the competition, and you still want to say B team, A team. I think you're being a self-beating team. It's high time that Congress understands this. Over to you,
Do I get
Aditya.
a rebuttal again?
And
Parag?
some truth perhaps and some introspection also, because Congress has been losing state after state after state, and so therefore there is a certain sense of concern, because this election is really, I mean, like many other past elections, that I think I'm tired of people just coming out and saying this is the final test for the Congress and Congress really has to make a mark. This is the litmus test, but the litmus tests have continuously, the Congress has been flunking those litmus tests, because if it has to remain a relevant national opposition, it's high time that the Congress start winning state elections. But let me come to Dhananjay ji. Dhananjay ji, please give us some sense of what numbers are we going to expect in a short while. And I know I said that you were from Sea Water to start with, and I'm sorry about that, from Cicero
No.
Associates, but a cephalogist. Dhananjay ji, please take the floor.
So, so, the big election that we are talking about is Gujarat. And as I think there's, other than Sayed Saab, everybody, I think, has a general sense that the BJP is way ahead. My own sense is that the BJP will be way ahead. Last time, the Congress was very close. I think it was one of the best elections that they had fought in Gujarat in many years. This time round, again, we hear that the Congress has a very discreet strategy of working on 125 to 30 odd seats, focus more on the rural areas, focus more on the tribal areas. But at the same time, the fact is that this time round, Aam Aadmi Party is a serious contender over there. And when I say a serious contender, I'm not suggesting that it's going to win the election. Uh, if I were to put my money on the Aam Aadmi Party, I would say that it might end up being third in all probability. But the point is that the votes that the Aam Aadmi Party is going to get are going to damage the Congress more than the BJP, and I think that is something that we've been seeing across states. So the Aam Aadmi Party's focus area of targeting working class voters, targeting the urban poor, targeting minorities. These are the traditional vote banks of the Congress. The advantage that I think what the smart one that the Congress is working on this time around is that it's focusing more on rural areas where the Aam Aadmi Party is not that strong. Aam Aadmi Party would be stronger in urban areas, and that's again something that we've seen. So that's my sense that broadly, without putting in any numbers till the exit poll numbers come in, the leading party should be the BJP. Well, just looking at pre-poll data and and all the other reports that one is seeing, BJP should be 100 plus, followed by the Congress and then the Aam Aadmi Party. The Aam Aadmi Party might not be able to convert a lot of seats this time, but will certainly get a substantial number of votes and act spoiler in all probability more for the Congress than for the BJP. So that's the sense on Gujarat.
One second, sorry. What's your sense on Himachal? That's
Well,
your sense on
Himachal is
Gujarat,
a
and I'll come
well.
back to you with questions on Gujarat.
Himachal is an interesting one. So Himachal traditionally was a state which changed governments every 5 years. Traditionally, that's been the nature of Himachal politics. Last time, the BJP repeated, and it was also a time when the Congress was much more focused on Gujarat. If you remember, last time's Gujarat election was a big opportunity for the Congress to actually bring down the hegemony of the so-called Modi wave of 2014. So they were all focused on Gujarat, and Himachal, of course, was taken back by the BJP. But that was an interesting election also because the traditional dominant factions of the BJP in Himachal Pradesh were also put to rest, and a whole new leadership was uh, 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 basically given power. So the whole dhumals of the day were put aside. This time around, we hear that there's a lot of discontent within the BJP. Now, BJP can never be a faction party like the Congress because it's a very well organized. Uh, cadre-based party, so it's not easy to do faction politics the way it happens in the Congress or even in other regional parties, which are basically worker-based and leader-based parties and not such a cadre-based party. So both in the left and in the BJP, it's very difficult to hold that kind of faction politics. So that is one. And this time round, we think the sense that one is getting is that it's going to be a close call. So if it's something like 2 to 3% plus minus, then it's going to be a close call and difficult to say who's going to really pull it up. Uh, One of the reasons I think is that the BJP has a lot of infighting. But as I said, unlike the Congress, it's not very easy to turn that infighting into vote splitting. So I think Himachal will be a close call.
So that's actually interesting. Himachal being a close call is something that you're saying. Normally, it's a state which changes, every 5 years, changes hands between the Congress and the BJP. And if this time it's a close call, it's probably because the Congress really doesn't have a chief ministerial face there. The BJP has changed several chief ministers, but the Congress doesn't. I mean, after Veerbhadra Singh, there's not been a single. So this lack of a CM face in Himachal, how big a contribution do you think that is?
Well, that is something that the Congress generally does manage well. If you look at a lot of other states, in the Congress will, even if the last states where which were won by the Congress were Rajasthan and Chhattisgarh. In Chhattisgarh, till the very end, they did not declare the CM face. So there was a CLP leader who could have been the CM, and then there was a PCC chief who could have been the CM. At the end of the day, the PCC chief became the CM. On the other hand, in Rajasthan, there was an ex-CM who was the National General Secretary at that point of time. And then there was a PCC chief, who was a young, popular guy, Sachin Pilot. And it was anybody's guess who would be the CM. At the end of the day, equations worked in a way that Mr. Gehlot became the CM for the third time. So the Congress generally manages it very well, and it is basically, I think, in the last 30 odd minutes of our discussion, we've been talking about leaders and how Mr. Kejriwal is a leader, and then Mr. Modi's brand image. So Congress traditionally is a faction party, and if you look at over years, if you look at the Congress's politics, it would typically have two or three leaders push or a strong leadership. And at this point of time, you of course have a leadership crisis in the Congress. I'm not going to get into that, but traditionally what happens is that a strong leadership pushes every faction to get maximum tickets and then maximum seats, and then at the end of the day, with the blessings of the high command, there's a CLP meeting and somebody becomes a chief minister. So that's why
All right. So
it's not
no,
always
can I sort of just interrupt
sure,
you? Can I just
sure,
interrupt you there? There is Republic PMAC seat share, which have
right.
just come in. I'm assuming this is for, because it's not mentioned there, and I request my producer to please mention whether she's talking about Gujarat or Himachal, because even if it comes in two lines, it's fine. Republic PMAC vote share, the numbers that I'm seeing are, BJP 128 to 148 seats and AAP 2 to 10 seats. That is definitely, from 99 seats. Remember, viewers, BJP had got 99 seats last time, which they had come down in their tally from the 2013 elections. 2013, they were in the triple digits. Then Congress gave a very tough fight in Gujarat last time, and they came down to 99, and Congress went up to 77 seats. And this time, of course, Congress has been given 30 to 42 seats. So Congress sliding down, and the gain going to Aam Aadmi Party, something that you spoke about, Dhananjay ji.
Yeah. So, and they've given the vote share. I can see the vote share figures as well. So they're giving figures in decimals, which is very difficult to arrive at decimal figures in a poll, because all polls have margins of errors. But still, what we are looking at is 48% for the BJP and about 15% for the Congress, and sorry, for the Aam Aadmi Party, and 32% for the 32 to 33% for the Congress. This is precisely what the sense that I had. And if these are the vote shares, well, never know. BJP might just go beyond 149, which was Madhav Singh Solanki's record in 1985. That's been the highest number of seats that one party has
Yes.
got. And
Actually, even under Narendra Modi, they hadn't been able to get that kind of seat share, or vote share rather, that they
So the
had at
BJP
that
is
time.
no,
But
no, no. It's not the vote share, Aditi. It's a seat share, and the reason is the Aam
yeah,
Aadmi Party. So if you look at it, the BJP is roughly where it was last time. It is the Aam Aadmi Party which is eating into the Congress's votes, and which is giving the BJP that lead, because the Congress is votes are getting split. So the Congress is losing a lot of votes to Aam Aadmi Party. If you were to just see a simple swing table, uh, it is the Aam Aadmi Party is snatching more votes from the Congress, hardly any votes from the BJP.
right. And although right now we are just at Republic PMark vote share and seat share, that's the only exit poll that has come out. But I'm sure the others are going to be out in a minute, and we're going to show all those numbers to you here. So don't go anywhere. But let me come to you, Tejal here, Deepal here. Deepal, can you tell me exactly what your first reaction is to those numbers? Is it along expected lines, and why do you think so? Why isn't anti-incumbency a factor?
See, the Congress as an opposition has been pretty weak, and the BJP is known for its micromanagement. If we look at it, whether it's a municipality ward election or it is a parliamentary election, the BJP works with the same fighting spirit and rigor. Number one. Number two, I would like the BJP spokesperson Trivedi ji said that Modi has a persona and is a phenomena that is very globally accepted. But then he's the prime minister. There are 28 states and 8 union territories. The time he has spent in Gujarat is phenomenal. Like, I really doubt if so much time could be spent elsewhere. And to the gentleman, Dr. Sayed, he said about how Aam Aadmi Party has been taking up and raking up issues, and that it indeed is not the B team of any party. But then let me remind him that when it comes to Bilkis Bano, the Aam Aadmi Party refused to even give a statement, and when even asked for, like, they just maintained a very stoic silence. So this has led to the presumption that Aam Aadmi Party is not exactly what it portrays to be. Considering this, like regarding the vote share, I agree with him that Congress is going to be most affected. And if the Congress vote share is going to slip down to, say, 32.6%, it would be the lowest since 1995, because the last election, the Congress vote share was
43.
41.4 percentage, which was pretty impressive in 2017. And even before that, even in 2012, 20, like all the past elections, 2007, 2002, the Congress has never gone beyond 33. So this would be for the first time after 1995 that the Congress slips down. And it would be very interesting to see Aam Aadmi Party garnering a vote share of over 15%, even if it does not translate into seats. But this is a very impressive vote share that will help the party in 2027 and before that in 2024.
Absolutely. And I was just going to come to that, and my due apologies, Dr. Sanjeev Singh, Professor, School of Modern Media. I haven't been able to bring you in so far. But if you could talk about this whole AAP making definite gains in terms of vote share. Seats maybe not so much, but vote share, very heartening to see that, at least for the Aam Aadmi Party supporters. It's the same, it seems to be the same template that happened in Punjab, right? Last elections, last assembly elections, they sort of made certain inroads, and this time they sort of toppled everything. Do you see something similar happening in Gujarat, or is the Modi Amit Shah bandwagon, the machinery, the election machinery, not going to allow that to happen in as easily in Gujarat as it happened in Punjab?
Aditi, I think I would agree mostly with what Dhananjay ji has said, that I will not be surprised if BJP wins the maximum number of seats they have won ever in any election in Gujarat this time around. And if you look at the numbers, they are showing exactly what is happening on the ground. The last time in 2017, the BJP vote share was close to 50%, and the Congress had managed to push their vote share around 42%. So there was a gap of approximately 8% between the two parties, which is why you saw the number of seats for the BJP at 99 and Congress at 77. But what we're seeing this time, if you look at the numbers that are coming up on the screen, it clearly shows that there is a certain loss for BJP, approximately 2 to 3% vote share. But the bigger loss is for the Congress party. And that entire vote, which the Congress is losing, is going to the Aam Aadmi party. So what does that tell us? That tells us that both parties are losing vote share, but it is the Congress that is losing most of that vote share, and it is losing that vote share to the Aam Aadmi party. Therefore, as Dhananjay ji pointed out, I will not be surprised if BJP crosses the 140 mark and could even beat the Madhav Singh Solanki figure of 148 or 149. Now, look at the larger picture. You talked about whether it's another Punjab in the making. I don't see it like that because the Aam Aadmi Party will not win too many seats. Their vote share will improve dramatically, but the number of seats will be less. So, but this is a situation where, for the first time, we are seeing that a third force has come into Gujarat and is actually making a mark. This is sort of reminiscent of the 1990s when the BJP was on the upswing and the Janata Dal was coming down. So what we are witnessing right now is perhaps what happened in the early 90s. And in the next 5 years, it could very much be possible that Aam Aadmi Party gets into pole position and the Congress and the BJP have to fight amongst each other because remember, BJP hasn't been in power for 27 years and in all likelihood, they will get another 5 years. So if in these 5 years, the ship carries on the way it has been in the past 5 years, then it could spell trouble for the BJP in another 5 years. So, what the vote share we are seeing right now is more and more in lines with what one is expected. Then yes, AAP will make inroads, but not enough to win seats, but enough to damage the Congress and ensure that BJP wins an all-time high number of seats.
Okay, all-time high number of seats for the BJP is what our political analysts and psephologists here are predicting. Although there's only one exit poll that has come out right now, which is Republic PMark. The others are trickling in on their way. But I do want to bring in my political guests and get their reaction on these because the whole narrative now seems to be, and I'm going to bring in my friend here from the Congress, Prashant Pratap Singh. Prashantji, what clearly it's not what you said at the start of this show so far. I mean, exit polls are known to have been wrong in the past too, but it does seem that the winds of change are favoring the Aam Aadmi Party as opposed to the Congress party. The Congress votes are going to Aam Aadmi Party. BJP too is losing vote share to AAP, but it's largely the Congress's loss, it looks like.
As Dhananjay ji said, I don't want to cast aspersions because it's always the agency which is running it, and Republic is known for their drama in real life. And especially when Dhananjay ji said, it is a little surprising with the point percentage that they have predicted. So somebody who tried to be too accurate in building this exit poll thought, let me put point percentage there. So I would possibly wait for the other exit polls to come in, and also how the media. I'm sorry, I'll have to cast that on the media as well. We know
that's I no offense taken because I think we're pretty balanced on our shows here. But so please carry on.
Yeah, so the Godi media term came on during this last 8 rules, 8.5. It was never there before. So I would possibly wait for the results to come in. We were given 40, 50 seats last time by many of the, and I think it was Republic which gave us 40 to 50 seats last time. You can go and Google that. So I would possibly wait for the results to come in, but too early to say where are we heading and what is that vote percentage going to be. And Aam Aadmi Party winning 15.4% would be a definite surprise. And let's see what the results come out. We are
But
hoping.
just sorry, I have to ask this, but you know, the Aam Aadmi Party with Mr. Kejriwal in the forefront seem to be fighting the elections in Gujarat. The BJP, of course, with Prime Minister Modi in the forefront, seem to be fighting the elections in Gujarat. But the Congress didn't seem to be fighting the elections. There was one appearance by Mr. Rahul Gandhi. He was busy on his Bharat Jodo Yatra. I mean, it's like uh, आपके आने के बाद जैसे पंजाब में खाता
Yeah,
ही नहीं खुला,
I
मतलब
will
वैसा
answer
कुछ
that.
नहीं होने वाला है ना.
Like the team A and the team B, we are not a single man party. Like Arvind Kejriwal in Aam Aadmi Party, he took out everybody else. And Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, like he took out Advani ji and Murli Manoj Joshi and all the CM faces. There have been three CM faces. So we are a party with a lot of leaders. Like CM Arvind Kejriwal, our Ashok Gehlot ji has been there, and we have been actively campaigning. Just that we did not have so much of money being pumped into media coverage. That is what people feel, that we have not been outright everywhere with hoardings and banners and campaigns and grand rallies. And if you see, we did a door to door. We were there everywhere. We were explaining. In the phase one, what we have got a clear feedback from the phase one, there's been huge loss with BJP's. We are sweeping some of the seats in the north by 100%. Like you would be surprised the number of seats which are coming from phase one. It is a little too early to say about the seats which are coming from phase two. The phase one, we are counting somewhere near 50 to 55 seats. This is more than what Republic is giving in all totality to us. This is
Right.
much.
So no, absolutely. A point taken. This is just one. This is just one exit poll. Let the others come in, and we will, of course, have a larger discussion on that. I know most of our guests have other appointments from 7 o'clock, so I know many of you have to go. So I'm going to wrap up this show, but not before asking Dr. Abbas a question about AAP's, at least what Republic PMARC is saying about AAP's performance, and and just one question. Uh, there is definitely an account opening in Gujarat. There is definitely an increase in vote share. Do you believe that the Aam Aadmi Party fought these elections in Gujarat with the intention of becoming a national party? Because I believe you have to be in 4 states and things like that. Or was it to actually form the government there? Because that clearly was not something that the Aam Aadmi Party even expected this time.
Aditi, yet another brilliant question indeed. The fact of the matter, we need to understand, aim for the stars, you reach the sky. It's always good, when you're optimum and you're aiming at 100, I'm sure you'll reach a good number. And now for the opening, 15 to 20% is a brilliant opening for the Aam Aadmi Party. This kind of vote share undoubtedly is going to set the machine rolling. Also, we need to understand who are we up against. The might of the Bharatiya Janata Party, which believes every election like it's the last one. I also believe these are the exit polls on the day, the day of counting on the 8th of December. We will see much better numbers, seats, and also percentage going higher. The fact of the matter, we need to understand here that the Aam Aadmi Party is certainly focusing on being the principal opposition today, be it the state of Delhi, Punjab, and now Gujarat and other states to come. So yes, the party is positive. They do not believe in on rhetorics of A team, B team. I think too many cooks spoil the broth. In Congress, too many leaders spoil the party. So it's going to reach them nowhere. Also, we need to understand if a BJP is today an election winning machine is because they believe that they are in politics to win, not an NGO party. So therefore, the
one
Aam
quick
Aadmi
rebuttal.
Party or any party
So
needs to come through to
so
win the
so
election.
so I let me I know you have to go, and I'm going to give time to you, Sharaji. Just give me one moment. I just want to tell our viewers that the numbers for another exit poll have come in. This is the TV9 Bharatvarsh poll, and they are giving 125 to 130 to the BJP, 40 to 50 seats to the Congress, 3 to 5 seats, which is lesser than what Republic PMark. I mean, they've got a Republic PMark has a larger range, but the TV9 is capping it at 5 seats for the Aam Aadmi Party and 3 to 7 seats for the other. So that's TV9 Bharatvarsh for you. That's the second exit poll which has come in, which is giving a three-digit number of seats. From 99 seats for the BJP from the 2017 state assembly elections, they are now giving it. Republic PMark is giving 128 to 148, and TV9 Bharatvarsh is giving 125 to 130 seats. So that's something that I just wanted to share with our viewers and with our guests here. And yes, you were saying something, Mr. Trivedi.
Didi, I just want to say one thing, that a lot of is being talked about the Aam Aadmi Party, and I think that is probably because of the zeal of a new convert. And these people have gone all over the country and have lost more deposits than probably the rest of the top 4 or 5 political parties put together. And they have got one size fits all, that they come out with freebies and then they're going to get get the votes. They fought in the 39
But
seats
sir,
and they lost
freebies.
deposits
I mean,
again.
yes,
And
Mr.
UP.
Kejriwal sells it better, but
So,
every party is offering freebies.
Absolutely,
but
sir.
that does not gel with Gujarat voters. At least of all, I think my friend Trivedi from Gujarat would say that that doesn't gel. Freebies don't gel with Gujaratis. They're a different cup of tea. I have been to Ahmedabad. You land up at the airport and you can file a throbbing state with really you can feel the pulse of the state there. It's a highly industrialized state. People won't go
Let
for a
me
free of the
A
let
quick
me
water.
point.
let me bring in
So,
Deepal. Let me bring in Deepal. I'll give you a chance. Just a moment, Abbas. Deepal, he said that the pulse of the people, they don't accept freebies in Gujarat. Everyone accepts freebies, in my opinion. So what's your take here?
Uh, no, I think Advocate Trivedi ji is pretty right that when it comes to freebies, especially in urban Gujarat, it does not work. Like, in fact, the Revdi culture is quite mocked at. What people want, yes, are job reservations. They want fixed jobs. They would want to do away with contractual pay system, but just giving out doles. For example, if we see that the BJP tried to give gas cylinders, uh, to quite a few lakh of people in Gujarat, and they had set a target, and there were actually fewer people coming and claiming it. This is Gujarat. But at the same
If
time, I would say that
Dr.
in
Abbas wants
Gujarat,
to come in, Deepal.
a quick
yes.
point. I completely disagree with Deepal ji and Sharad Sahab for the reason. Look at the duplicity, hypocrisy. Respected sir, in your own BJP manifesto, you have freebies of subsidized electric scooters, of bicycles, of gas cylinders. So why, if freebie doesn't work, why is your own party in the Gujarat manifesto 2022 having freebies, sir? So you cannot blame the Aam Aadmi Party when in your own manifesto you have gas cylinders, you have bikes and scooters and bicycles being offered. So therefore, I think it's a self goal out there.
All
One
right, so
last.
there's another data on your screens now, as you can see. Janki Baat Gujarat seat share, BJP 128 again, up 9 seats, Congress 41 seats. So one common thread emerging: Congress sliding, up rising at the cost of Congress, even and BJP just rising, going into that triple digit from 99 seats in 2013. You wanted to come in,
Yeah.
hello? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, Prashant, you wanted to come in.
Yeah, so I just wanted to make it clear that we and Advocate Trivedi ji from BJP also tried to put it across. This is not the first time Aam Aadmi Party is fighting Gujarat. In 2017, they contested and lost deposit in all. So not to forget that they have this is so that trying to say that this is the first time we are there and we are trying to, but no, it's not the first time. Second thing about the freebies, yes, the freebies do work, but there should be some kind of a backing to it. You do have to have some logic to it. You can't just come out like Delhi model, what they've been trying to implement everywhere. That you can't just come out and give freebies, and a lot of people would possibly not like it, as Trivedi ji been pointing out that in Gujarat people take it as a pride that I don't want any freebies and I would rather work hard for it. Not to forget, it is a subsidy which works. Yes, we have been subsidizing things, and we are offering a lot of subsidies on things like gas cylinder. We have offered subsidy loans to people, and that is something possibly which is expected to help the lower income group to bring up. In Gujarat, there are almost 32 lakh families which are below the poverty line. For them, these kind of things work. It's almost 1.1 crore people. That's a lot of
Okay,
people.
okay, okay.
But my friend,
Okay,
Congress under
let me
Siddaramaiah in the
just
state
bring
of
in
Karnataka
let
has
me
offered
bring in
free
Dhananjay
freebies to
Joshi ji.
Karnataka
Let me bring
farmers.
in Dhananjay Joshi ji. Sorry, Dr. Abbas. Let me bring in Dhananjay. Okay, but he's on the phone, so you can quickly finish your point.
Yeah, very quick 10 seconds to my friend Pratap Singh. Respected sir, 2013 to 2018, Siddaramaiah, under being the Chief Minister of Karnataka, doled out freebies after freebies every 6 months to the farmers. आप करें तो प्यार, हम करें तो वार. ये कैसा चमत्कार भाई
मैंने
साहब?
आपको बोला कि जब
Respected
कोई
sir,
लॉजिक होगा,
allow me to finish.
there's a logic to
Every
it.
party
You can't give
across
freebies to
India,
everyone.
they
You
do
can't
this
give
raving
freebies
culture
to the
which is
rich. You
called
have to
different.
take
Okay,
care of
Allow
everyone.
me to finish, my friend.
this
Allow
is
me to just
okay.
finish.
Point taken. This is not.
Every
This is unlike
party.
as you might have seen. We've been at it for an hour. There's no altercation. This is not a TV debate. Nobody's fighting with each other. We're all putting our points across very nicely so that our viewers can understand. In TV debates, you have boxes, but you don't know what the hell is happening because the anchor is perhaps speaking more than the guest. But nevertheless, I'm hitting below the belt, and I shouldn't be doing that. But let me just and at that too at my own fraternity. So let me just get in Dr. Sanjeev Singh. Dr. Singh, your sense, you seeing Janki Baat seat share of Gujarat, and frankly, we're talking about Gujarat right now. I think by in another couple of hours, we will be talking only about Himachal because that's the close contest that's going to happen. Perhaps as many people have been pointing out. So explain to us what is the sense you're getting from the numbers you're seeing on your screen. We have three exit polls in TV9 Bharatvarsh, we have Republic P Mark, and of course you have Janki Baat.
Aditi, I think the trends are pretty clear, and you know, with due respect to Prashant ji who's here, the thing is that the entire scenario in Gujarat has changed. Uh, where you see that the traditional parties like both the Congress and BJP actually having their own set of unique problems. For the BJP, it is they've been in power for so long that what new do they do to keep the voter intact? And one must give credit to the BJP that somehow they're still being able to retain the state despite being in power for 27 years. The Congress, for some reason, as a lot of other people and you also have pointed out, they could have done much more, but for some reason the campaign was very restricted, um, not not a high-pitched campaign, and localized in that sense. It was the Aam Aadmi Party which has shown that you can actually take on the BJP even if it's the state of Gujarat, and that's what we're exactly seeing. But the number of seats belie the actual situation. Aam Aadmi Party may not get enough seats, but it will be the real challenger to the BJP in the 2027 election.
Definitely.
Okay, Deepal, you wanted to come in, Deepal, and then we'll have to close the show. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us, Deepal.
Yeah, as Sanjeev rightly put, it's Aam Aadmi Party. Like these elections, even if Aam Aadmi Party does not actually get seats, it is the vote share that matters. And I also have to admit that the entire election agenda for 2022, the BJP's manifesto has been influenced by all that the Aam Aadmi Party did, whether it was grade pay revision for the police personnel, whether it was fighting against a fixed pay system, whether it was compensation for the kith and kin of people who are martyred in the defense services, whether it was for ASHA workers. These were all the issues that Aam Aadmi Party took up, and the BJP immediately, sort of offered solutions. So the election agenda in 2022, that the complete credit goes to Aam Aadmi Party. Aam Aadmi Party made the election 2022 a very spirited fight.
Thank you.
The Congress had definitely a low-key campaign, but when it comes to Aam Aadmi Party, it slightly lacked organization and sangathan at certain levels, and but still, I'm sure that the vote share that Aam Aadmi Party is going to accumulate in these elections will be instrumental in bringing about some sort of a revolution in Gujarat in next 5 years, because we've had BJP for 27 years now. Everyone needs a change. That's how
Okay,
I look.
everyone needs a change, and 27 years you're saying, but if these exit polls are somewhat right, it's going to be another
32
5 years
years, if
added
they are
to
right.
27.
It will be 32 years,
Sorry?
yes.
If they are
Yes,
right.
it will be 32 years then, and I think they'll be beating the left-hand government's record, if I'm not mistaken, in Bengal.
They'll break the record
Right.
by then.
They'll break that. Yeah, they'll break that record if that happens. Thank you so much, to all my guests for joining us in this broadcast.
you.
I hope this was a fruitful discussion and you enjoyed it. And thank you, viewers, for watching this. I hope you're leaving us a little more informed about the state of things in Gujarat and what's happening in Gujarat. Thank you so much for watching this broadcast. We will come back to you with more on Counting Day. Stay tuned.